What's up, guys? Got two KJK VIP tickets that I'm going to be sharing with you guys here for free on the channel today that I did just lock in, that I did just send over to my VIP members. Going to be breaking it down, one of which is going to be on the Betr app, one of which is going to be on the Prizepicks app, guys. We will be talking some NBA in this one, but we also will be talking some hockey because this channel is all about helping you make money, and it just so happens there's some better value on NHL today than the NBA. So that is why you're going to want the Betr app. They're going to match you all the way up to $200 with my link down below. I'll be giving you guys a full NHL Betr Picks ticket. Then I'll also be giving you some NHL and NBA props on the Prizepicks app. Betr Picks just limited me pretty hard after this weekend, so I can now only put up to $20 on my NHL tickets. After I was able to put up to 100 on those, and I can only put up to 100 on my NBA tickets after I was able to put 250 on those for quite some time in the NFL. We just absolutely killed them. In NFL this weekend, I had two sweeps in the NFL streets. I also had two sweeps in the NBA streets for a total of 20,000 here in winnings. And so my account has now been told I can no longer put more than I can't put more than $100 on my NBA plays, and I can't put more than $20 on NHL. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys as much free value as I can. Prizepicks is still allowing me to win up to $10,000 per ticket, so I'm looking for a heavy hitter here today. On the Prizepicks app, if you don't have Prizepicks, guys, they're going to match you all the way up to, or I'm sorry, they're going to give you $50 instantly when you play your first $5. So all you got to do is get the Prizepicks app, play your first $5. They're going to give you $50 instantly when you play that first $5 with my promo code KJKDFS and my link down below. So this is the ticket that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. It's a 1-unit play that I did just send over. And we will have a mix of basketball and NHL. So let's break this bad boy down. Let's pull it up here for you guys. And let's talk about it. So the first two plays are going to be fantasy score props in the NBA streets. It's going to be the Damian Lillard over 40.5 fantasy score and the Karl Anthony Towns over 46.5 fantasy score. Now for the fantasy score format on Prizepicks, they use the same fantasy scoring format as FanDuel, so I'm very familiar with this format. For those of you that maybe have been watching my content long enough, I started out as like a DraftKings FanDuel guy in the tournaments. If you go back and watch I had someone in my Discord ask yesterday I have a video uploaded of like how I won $30,000 playing MLB DFS FanDuel DraftKings tournaments. For those of you that play that stuff and are familiar, this format is the same as FanDuel DFS. So I'm very familiar. You get the 1 point for the points, the 1.2 for the rebounds, the 1.5 for the assists, the 3 points for the blocks and steals. That's how this is going to shake out, right? So I have multiple projection models, multiple things that I use to go ahead and project the scores for these guys. And I do have both Karl Anthony Towns and Damian Lillard going over here tonight. Now, we can break this down on a fantasy point per minute basis for these guys in this scoring format. So that's how I project these guys, right? So Damian Lillard's putting up 1.17 fantasy points per minute on the season in this fantasy scoring format. He's going out there and playing about 35.8 minutes per game, putting up 43.8 fantasy points per game, which is exactly where I have him projected here tonight. And he's actually in a really, really good game environment that could see him put up upwards of 50 because this Bucks-Bulls game has a 102.3 pace metric. And we're looking at a total in this one tonight that's very high, a 238.5 over under, right? So that's all factored into my projections, but we're looking at a much faster paced game here tonight. Damian Lillard's fantasy point per minute rates are really, really good. And Prizepicks just simply has him mispriced here. I've got him going out there and getting the mid to upper 40s. They have him priced at 40.5. So it's really that simple, right? He just returned off the injury list, but it was a concussion protocol thing. I'm not too concerned. He went out there and played like a full allotment of minutes. You know, it shouldn't really be anything to worry about here with Lillard. Concussion, played 36 minutes and finished with 18 points, yada, 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 in his return to action here. Cleared to return Milwaukee lineup following a 3-game absence and concussion protocol. So there's no concerns about his minutes being limited as far as like, you know, him having like an injury to his body. It was just concussion protocol. So he should be able to be good to go here. And once again, all these things factored in, the fantasy point per minute pace, the pace of the game, all that stuff I have in projection models that spit out a projection, and I do have him projected in the mid to upper 40s here tonight. So I really simplified that, but just keep in mind there's like thousands of dollars going into all these data sets that I use and stuff. which allows me to get straight to the point and find the very best value, factoring in the total, the pace, all that fun stuff. Other game for the NBA pick is going to be this New York Knicks Phoenix Suns game. It's going to be Karl-Anthony Towns, who also is producing at a ridiculously high rate this year. Also, the pace of this game, not going to be quite as high, which doesn't concern us quite as much with Cat because he is a center, right? So he's going to be down low. The blocks and steals are a really big deal in this fantasy scoring format. So a lot of times I'll have interest in centers with a ton of upside. And Karl-Anthony Towns is certainly one of those guys. He's putting up 1.5 fantasy points per minute. Keep in mind, he's on a new team. He's not with the Timberwolves anymore. He's on the New York Knicks. He's got a really, really big role with this team. His usage has been up. His fantasy point per minute production has been up. He's been crushing on this new team in this new role. And Prizepicks continues to have him priced in the mid-40s. I've got Cat going up there and getting 50 plus. Once again, factoring in all of these different things. It's really simple. For me at this point, like the score they're using, right? Like I said, it's just factoring in all of this. The 3 points for the blocks, 3 points for the steals, the 1 point for the points, the rebounds, the assists, etc. Cat's listed at 46.5 here. I've got him going out there and getting in the mid-50s. So like that's a pretty big deal, pretty big difference in projection here. You're not going to... I went through every single fantasy score on the Prizepicks board today, as I always do. I'm trying to find the best edge in every single prop, right? So I'll go through the non-fantasy score, the fantasy score, etc. These two guys are the ones sticking out to me by far. I've got Cat projected for like, 52. So that's like a 5-point differential. And then I've got Dame projected for like 45. That's like a 5-point differential. Pretty much every other single fantasy score on the board, I agree with Prizepicks like right on, right? So there's like no edge in these. Like I have Draymond projected for like exactly 31. I got Curry projected for like exactly 43 kind of deal. There's not a lot of difference in the projection that I have in the price that Prizepicks is setting, which is very common. They're so good at this, right? They're so precise with how they set these lines that these are the two that stuck out to me that I do have a sizable difference in projection. I got Cat getting, 50 plus, and I've got Lillard getting 45 plus. I got Cat getting a little bit further. Essentially, I have them both going 5 fantasy points over, which might not seem like a big deal if you're new to this, but I'm telling you that's like a really big deal because Prizepicks is so precise. There's some things that can happen if they get in foul trouble, if they get injured, etc. We could be in trouble if there's a blowout, they get benched early. But we can't control that stuff. We can only control what we can control. I do have them both projected over. For all those reasons, right, guys? I brought up the statistics, the 1.5 fantasy points per minute for Cat, producing at a high rate, playing 32.9 minutes per game. He's putting up 51.1 fantasy points per game in this fantasy scoring format. That's pretty much exactly where I have him going here tonight. I've got him getting like 52, 53. And then the same thing for Damian Lillard, who's producing at a very high rate, playing those minutes. He's putting up 1.17 fantasy points per minute, playing 35.8 minutes per game. And he's putting up 43.8 fantasy points per game. Once again, it's kind of pretty much where I have him here tonight. 44, 45, etc. For Damian Lillard. So those are the two NBA picks. And then we get into hockey. And the reason we're switching to hockey, guys, is just because I'm looking for the very best value possible on the board. And it just so happens hockey's a lot better here tonight. So if I go ahead and let's just copy this link and bring in the whole ticket for you guys here. Select it if it's still available, hopefully, on the Prizepicks board. It does look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of the props was removed. Shocker. That's just what happens when you get good value. Which one was it? It's the other Stars player here. Logan Stankoven. I had a lot of interest in that prop. You can't get him anymore. So he was one of the props I had in here, Logan Stankoven. He is no longer available. But we can go ahead and give you the rest of the plays for free here on the channel today. So this is what I got. I got that those two fantasy scores we just discussed, the Damian Lillard and the Karl-Anthony Towns. And then for the rest of this ticket, like I said, some of those were removed, but we can give you the Sagan, the Bobby McMahon, and the Philip Forsberg props. All shots on goal props, all on the NHL board, and all overs here today. And the reason that we like these props is because there's going to be good value if you're new to the channel. I'm using tools every single day to detect the very best plays on these player props apps, one of which is going to be the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. If we go ahead and pull in, let's go ahead and break these down play by play. So I actually have Bobby McMahon pulled in here already. And you're going to see I have his over 2.5 shots on goal. Now, why do I like that prop? because there are millions of dollars of sportsbook data that we can look at to find the very best plays on these apps. They're going to set a price for these guys every single day. So Bobby McMahon's a guy who's taken a lot of shots on goal. They're expecting him to shoot 3 or more times on goal are these millions of dollars of sports books, because they have him priced to where you're going to have to risk more than you're going to win to take the over 2.5. So if you were to log on to Pinnacle, which is known as the smartest sports book in the world, you are going to have to risk $136 to win $100. Okay, they're saying it's so likely he's going to go over 2.5 shots on goal. We're going to make you risk more than you're going to win. So, simply put, this optimizer, if you don't have it, I'm using it every single day for my plays, my VIP plays. Link down below, they'll get you 25% off. They're giving us a 52.88% chance to hit based on that millions of dollars of sportsbook data, and that's the kind of data that I want to be using on these player props apps every single day. Another tool that I'm using, if you're not familiar, is Outlier. They're going to do that same exact thing where they're bringing in the millions of dollars of sportsbook data, but then they're also going to bring in the statistics for you to find these plays as well. I have Sagan selected. Let's go ahead and type in Bobby McMahon here, and you're going to see a bunch of different underlying statistics now that are going to prove this to be a great play as well using our tools over at Outlier. Another fantastic research tool, guys, and they will give you 7 days free with my link down below. I partnered up with these guys. Take advantage of that. Not enough people are taking advantage of 7 days free with my link, okay? But the Bobby McMahon, you can see he's cleared this pretty consistently, and we go to his statistics. He's taken 4.9 shot attempts per game, 3.4 of which are going on goal. So that's how these sportsbooks odds work. It's really a simple concept when I'm just kind of bringing it in for you and explaining it right to the point. For the people that are learning how to sports bet, though, and find the best plays on the apps, they might not understand. So these odds know this. So the odds know he's taking 5 shot attempts per game, and he's essentially getting 3 on goal. So they're going to set his line at 2.5, right? And they're going to say, well, the likelihood of him getting 3 or more is higher, so we're going to charge you more. So when I talk about that sportsbook data, once again, it's millions of dollars of data brought into a sportsbook. They have to set price tags, and if they don't set the price tag long term, they go bankrupt. So for multi-million-dollar monopolies such as a DraftKings, such as a FanDuel, newsflash, they ain't going bankrupt anytime soon because they're good at what they do. So we can use their lines on these apps to find the very best plays possible. So that Bobby McMahon play is a perfect example. He's favored on the over 2.5. We bring in the statistics. It makes a ton of sense. He's a guy that's going well over that at times. He's shooting a ton on net, and then we have the Tyler Sagan and the Philip Forsberg, both of which over shots on goal, right? We can go ahead and bring that in. Let's talk about Sagan first, and then we'll bring in Forsberg. Have him typed into the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, and you're going to see, once again, these multi-million-dollar companies. You got Pinnacle, FanDuel, DraftKings, all favoring him at minus 130 or greater, giving us a 52.91% chance to hit. On the over is Sagan. And then lastly, that last prop that I had locked in was the Philip Forsberg prop. Let's go ahead and type him in here on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. And what are they going to tell us for his data here today? You're going to see Forsberg. We're looking at a 53% chance for this prop to hit because he's minus 130 on Pinnacle, minus 130 on FanDuel, minus 130 on DraftKings, minus 137 on the over on Caesars. All of these multi-million-dollar companies favoring his over here, okay? And I'm using that same exact process to find the very best plays on Betr, which I do want to share with you guys a free Betr ticket as well before we get out of here. So this is a 1-unit play. The Stankoven over 2.5 shots on goal got removed. If you haven't hopped on my VIP, you can get access to every single one of my plays as soon as I place them, and you would have gotten access to this so you could have beat that removal. Stankoven is no longer available on the board. He's too good of a play. So Prizepicks has gone ahead and they've taken him off the board. They've said, this is too good of a prop. We're going to go ahead and take it down so that our users can't beat us too badly. So you can see I have him locked into my ticket. But if we were to go ahead and try to type him in right now on the Prizepicks board, we're going to see that he is no longer listed, okay? They only have his 3.5 shots on goal demon listed, his assist demon listed, and his goals demon listed. And the reason that happens is because they're saying it's too likely to win. That's just straight to the point how these apps work, all right, guys? So, yeah, that's the full 6 pick on Prizepicks, right? So we got the Sagan over 2.5 shots on goal, McMahon over 2.5 shots on goal, Forsberg over 3.5 shots on goal, Lillard over 48.5 fantasy score on Karl Anthony Towns. The Stankoven prop is no longer available, so sorry about that, guys, but I can't control the removals. All I can do is find the very best value every single day. If you want to get access to all my plays as soon as I place them, I will have my VIP pinned as the top comment down below. So you could have beat that Stankoven removal because you would have got this sent as soon as I placed it and locked in with the rest of us. All right, Betr is the other thing. We'll get straight to the point on Betr. I'll just share the plays with you guys. Use the deposit match. They're going to give you a 100% deposit match, and this is the latest ticket I have on Betr on my VIP right here. So we got the Robertson over 2.5 shots on goal, the Sagan over 2.5 shots on goal, Stankoven over 2.5 shots on goal, Forsberg over 3.5, McMahon over 2.5, and Aho over 2.5. This is on Betr. Once again, I'm always backing these plays with my own money. Unfortunately, they did go ahead and tell me I can't put as much money on these plays, but this is the one I'm sharing with you, and the reason I'm sharing this one with you is because I had a lot of interest in Fiala, which is a prop that's no longer available. So this is a ticket that I had locked in. If I go ahead and, well, Stankoven got removed too. All right, so Stankoven's gone. Okay, so these are the 4 picks you can get on Betr that I haven't exposure to. The Robertson over 2.5 shots on goal. The Forsberg over 3.5 shots on goal. McMahon over 2.5 shots on goal. And the Aho over 2.5 shots on goal. This is the entire ticket that I was going to share with you guys, but you can see that they're too good of plays. So they've gone ahead and they've removed two of the plays, which I just can't control. But I was going to share with you guys the one that didn't have Fiala because he was removed. And once again, it looks like it doesn't even matter because you can't even take this whole ticket now because Stankoven's gone. But okay, so here's the 5 that are still available on this ticket. We got the Robertson over 2.5 shots on goal, Sagan over 2.5 shots on goal, Forsberg over 3.5 shots on goal, and McMahon over 2.5, and then the Aho over 2.5. You should still be able to get these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and actually, if they're gonna let me, I'll go ahead and take this as a 5-pick power right now. But they always never recognize my location when I have my phone plugged in. But I'm going to try to lock this in while I have it screencasted. It's going to tell me it can't recognize my location. So for the channel, these are all plays I have exposure to. The Robertson, Sagan, Forsberg, McMahon, and Aho. I'm going to go ahead and run this in a 5-pick perfect play. Once again, they only let me put $20 now. And Betr logged me out again. All right, let's do this. Reuse lineup right here. So which one did I? Okay, I want the one without Fiala. Which was this one. And reuse, replace, Stankoven's gone. So these are the 5 left. Robertson, Sagan, Forsberg, McMahon, and Aho. I'm going to run a perfect play. Max $20, add entry. Sometimes it doesn't like my location when I'm plugged in here. Let's see if it'll let me. Yeah, so I got to unplug my phone and lock it in, and then I will pull it up. All right, guys, I just locked it in. So this is the official VIP ticket. All the plays aren't available anymore, so I just went ahead and locked in a 5-pick perfect with the 5 remaining. Here we go. We got the Robertson over 2.5 shots on goal, Sagan over 2.5 shots on goal, Forsberg over 3.5 shots on goal, McMahon over 2.5 shots on goal, and Aho over 2.5 shots on goal. That's the 5 remaining that you can still get. I know we're talking some hockey to go along with the basketball today, but I want to give you guys free VIP plays of actual plays that I'm playing. And that is what I'm playing so far today. So hopefully you enjoyed the content. If you did, guys, it would be greatly appreciated if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell on your way out the door. Take advantage of that deposit match on Betr. Take advantage of the deposit match on Prizepicks. And go ahead and lock these plays in with me here today. We got the 6 on Prizepicks, and we got the 6 on... Well, there was only 5 available left on Betr, but these were all shared with you here for free today on the channel. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Wishing you guys all the best of luck on your Prize Picks NHL player props, NBA player props tonight, and we will see you in the next one.